Morning, guys.
Good morning.
It is June the 5th, AT day 120. Wow, 120 days of this. Pennsylvania rocks, right? We were led to believe that it's going to be completely rocky, right? You look at the trail behind us there. It's not completely rocky, but it's a rocky state, and the small rocks are the worst. You've seen some video where we're going through some boulders and stuff. That's not so bad. It's the little rocks that twist your ankle, and just the pointed ones that point up in your feet and just nail you like a knife. But it's a lot less rocky than we expected, and we like that because it's just not as hard. And I have to keep looking down because we're in rocky terrain right now. So we're in a waterless stretch. So we've gotten out of the toxic water area, and now we're in an area where there's no water. We filled up with water at a water cache in Wind Gap yesterday, and that water tastes so awful that I'm not sure it's healthy. So we did drink some, but mostly we boiled it for dinner and we boiled it for coffee in the morning. So hopefully here in a couple days we don't regret taking water from that water cache. Anyway, there's nowhere else to get water unless we went into town or something. So we'll see how that goes. Today we have 12 miles into Delaware water gap, and we have a couple of errands to run. So we're going to do a resupply in Stroudsburg at Walmart, and I got to pick up new shoes. Hitting 690 miles on my pair of shoes, and they're still doing okay, but they're really compressed. The cushioning is really compressed, which is really what I need right now. So you've probably noticed that I've replaced a lot more gear than Gigi. Gigi is much more, has a little bit more finesse than I do on the trail. And I'm a lot more clumsy, and well, I crash a lot. So I break things. So periodically we have to replace those things, and I tear through shoes where Gigi, have you ever finished a pair of shoes?
Not really. I had a problem with long peak, but because my Achilles tendon, and I changed it, but it was still a good shoe, and I returned it, so I didn't lose too much money on it. Oh,
right. Yes. They're not, like, I have total blowouts. I've gone through 2 pairs of Lone Peaks that were just completely blown out the side in 350 miles. And the Olympuses, I've gone 690 miles on, and they're still, I could probably wear them another couple hundred miles, I think. So I think the better deal is to go with Olympuses, and I'm picking up another pair of Olympuses in Stroudsburg. Well, talking too long. Let's hike. See ya! 12.4 mile day today. You can see we're up in Delaware Water Gap, and we're actually camped out behind this church right here. They allow tenting, and they have like a little basement hiker hostel type thing going on. So we ended up staying there. We tried to find other places to stay in Delaware Water Gap and Stroudsburg, but there's nothing available. So we just ended up tenting. I'll take you back to the beginning. So we made it to this road, and we're planning on camping somewhere in here, but the local hiking club has closed off every campground between I'd say this tent site right here all the way to Delaware Water Gap. Not sure why they did that, but it's not really a good idea, because what we ended up having to do is just find a flat-ish spot to pitch our tent somewhere, and we're just gonna tread new areas and destroy the vegetation where we're camping when there's already established campsites. So I don't know, we talked to a trail runner that we met the other day, and he said he's probably going to talk to the club and see what the logic is behind that. Anyway, we started off somewhere right in here in the center, just past the dirt road, about half a mile or a mile, and then we continued on through these nasty rocks. They were horrendous, but waking up and walking on these rocks with fresh feet is a lot more enjoyable. We stopped off at this spring right here with plenty of water. We filled up and then went back to the AT and hiked up to Wolf Rocks and flew Cyclops at Wolf Rocks, and it was pretty cool. We saw some snakes up there. I was really hoping we'd see some venomous snakes like a rattlesnake or a copperhead or something, but there was nothing. Just a rat snake and a garter snake, and we continued down the trail after Wolf Rocks. The trail got amazing. It was like a one-lane dirt road, soft ground, and no rocks. It was awesome. And then by the time we got here, we met up with Germ, who was doing trail magic, and had a couple sodas and some cookies and stuff, and then continued on. At Wolf Rocks, I had picked up a radio that someone had left, and I thought it might have belonged to the Ridge Runner, but I was trying to catch up because I knew the Ridge Runner was staying at Kirkridge Shelter, and we got there, he wasn't there, and then we hit up this field right here and flew Cyclops. And in the video, you'll see 3 people, and what was crazy is those people were slack packing all of Pennsylvania, and they had been to Wolf Rocks the day before. And as they were leaving, I was like, hey, by any chance did any one of you lose a radio? One of them was like, yeah, I lost my radio yesterday at Wolf Rocks. And so I actually found the owner of the radio, which is pretty cool. And then we hiked on. None of these other views were very significant, and we really just wanted to get to town. So when we got around here, it started getting really crowded. And Saturday in Delaware Water Gap, there's lots of people up there. There's got to be a parking lot or something around there, because there was a lot of people here. So didn't do a whole lot of videoing as we came down the mountain. This is all really, really steep. And then ended up coming into town, and over here is where went and picked up a new set of shoes and everything. And tomorrow we're going to head into New Jersey.